Next step. Now you don't need to watch me solder, there's plenty of other videos on soldering or soldering online, and there's a lot of people a lot better than I am. But what I've done here is taken my Lemon RX satellite, which is from my 6th channel. Basically taken the desoldered the connector off and depinned all the other PPM pins that I don't need off the connector on the F4 board, and basically just soldered it straight onto the Lemon RX. Now you can see the pads here on the Lemon. Pads, square is signal, ground is middle, power is the other side. So just remember that the square pad is signal. Now you might think that these pads here under the connector would transfer continuity, but they don't. So don't be fooled. The pads that do connect to the ones that go to the connector are the ones on the side here. Now I've also gone ahead and depinned all the other connectors, so that's left me with LED and video on that one, and only using the buzzer on the back one, which is good because the standoff is hard up against that connector. Keeps it in there secure. And that's how I've connected the buzzer. I'm not going to solder it onto anything, so I'll just put it into a servo connector. Sits in there pretty firmly. I'm just going to put a dab of glue on it. Okay, so this is my top plate design. Now notice how I had the 3 standoffs, so 2 there and 1 at the back. Now I'm using a fiberglass plate again, one of the APM mounts, but you can get the exact same shape and profile from a top plate of a ZMR, or whatever design you want to go for. You can go for a Y, but I've kept the X in the center because I'm using a hmdvr. This is a 1080p 60 frames a second version, low latency apparently, and I'm testing it out. Now, what I do like about this thing is how small the camera is. Although I'm not a fan of the ribbon cable. I've had bad experiences with them before in PC parts. But this is one thing I do, and I will show you as part of my soldering, is when I don't have heat shrink small enough, and honestly I don't like using heat shrink on stuff this small, I just grab a larger size wire, silicon preferred, and simply pull a section off, slip it over, solder the join, and then drag it across. It's a much more flexible and better joint for my liking. Okay, so I went ahead and painted the mid plate as well, because it is a nice blue. But there we go, that's the flight controller mounted. Yeah, because it's such a tight fit, I had to shave off a little bit of that connector just so it could wrap around that standoff, but that's no biggie. It hasn't damaged the integrity or anything. I'm only using the buzzer anyway. Now I've run that under the mid plate and onto the front. So the buzzer is going to be facing out the front. Now I'm just going to hot glue that in place and have a dab of hot glue as well to hold the buzzer into the servo connector. And what else? Basically all that's left to do is to solder on the ESCs. Alright, spur of the moment thing. I didn't have any sort of 90-degree carbon plate, so I just had to use some 2mm. Well, I think it's 1.2mm wall aluminium angle iron. Just cut the suit, so it also acts as a brace, nice strong brace for the back there, bolt through. And being aluminium as well, and grounded on the outer of the coaxial, the aluminium should act as as a shield. Stuffs me. I've seen those panel antennas that have square of aluminium foil as a shield. They seem to work, so we'll see how this goes. All up weight so far, 193 grams. It's a bit heavy. You could really grind down the arms more and get them nice and thin if you really wanted to, but that's not the point. The point is to keep flying and stay flying with your broken ZMR bits. On to soldering. Here we go. Wires cut. Soldering completed. Now notice I just wrapped that excess around the standoff. That'll also give me a place to mount LEDs. Now just finish it off with the top plate, the camera, and give it a test run. Just build, nice and neat, everything's sweet. Plug it in. That motor starts smoking. Thanks. Fuck. Now here we have the completed ZMR Salvage 180. Got about 45-degree camera tilt. 1806 old Shuriken motors. These are 2700 kV. F4 V5 Pro, flight controller all-in-one, VTX, etc, etc. 4040 by 4 props. Just my custom aluminium FPV antenna mount. It's good too because it keeps everything away, so even when this bends up, there's nowhere near the props. You're not going to lean it over a fair bit. But yeah, it's all good. Now for weight. This is probably going to be a bit heavier than most 180s, but that's not the point. The point is to salvage your ZMR. Holy shit. Right on 250 grams. Alright, so you can shed some weight by thinning down the arms and thinning down the top plate, possibly even thinning down the mid plate. Shave enough grams off, run whatever battery to keep it at 250 grams. So there's a way to salvage your ZMR and turn it into a 250 gram drone. Going for a test fly.